This year is a wonderful year for pure Android. Android One program has gone mid-range, and Xiaomi Mi A1 is currently one of the highest-end Android One smartphones. As for Motorola, it continues to offer near-to-stock Android with Moto experience on top. Motorola Moto G5 Plus is the best representative for mid-range smartphone from Motorola. Both Xiaomi Mi A1 and Motorola Moto G5 Plus are the best mid-range smartphone with pure Android you can find in Malaysia now. I am Alex Ong from Mr. Tax, and you are now watching the comparison of Xiaomi Mi A1 and Motorola Moto G5 Plus. Before we start, let's clear off the specifications for both Xiaomi Mi A1 and Motorola Moto G5 Plus. You can pause the video here as the specifications for both is displayed in the video. Both Xiaomi Mi A1 and Motorola Moto G5 Plus did not follow this year's trend, but still go with metal body design. Xiaomi Mi A1 is having full metal body design, while the Motorola Moto G5 Plus is having plastic on the top and the bottom. Both Xiaomi Mi A1 and Motorola Moto G5 Plus metal back is very slippery. You are better off putting on a case to prevent any accidental drop. At the front, you will find a 5.5-inch 1080p LCD display on the Xiaomi Mi A1 and a 5.2-inch 1080p LCD display on the Motorola Moto G5 Plus. Both displays are protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 3. You will not need to worry about both displays get scratches easily. Xiaomi Mi A1 is using the latest USB-C port, while the Motorola Moto G5 Plus is still using the old micro USB port. You might want to go with the Xiaomi Mi A1 for future proof, as USB-C is getting common. If controlling your TV with your smartphone is a thing, then you will be glad that Xiaomi Mi A1 is having the IR blaster at the top of the phone. Both Xiaomi Mi A1 and Motorola Moto G5 Plus are sporting the Qualcomm Snapdragon 625, and you will not need to worry about the performance for both smartphones. Qualcomm Snapdragon 625 is well known for its great performance and its great battery life. You will not regret for choosing either smartphone, even if you are a gamer. Xiaomi Mi A1 is running on stock Android 7.1.2 Nougat, with the plan to be updated to Android 8.0 Oreo later this year. Motorola Moto G5 Plus is running on Android 7.0 Nougat with Moto experience on top. On Xiaomi Mi A1, you will get ambient display and fingerprint sensor gesture. With ambient display, it will turn the display on when you get notification. With fingerprint sensor gesture, you can pull down your notification shade by just swiping down from the fingerprint sensor on the back. On Motorola Moto G5 Plus, you will get Moto Display and Moto Action. Moto Display will lights up when you get notification or when you pick up your phone. As for Moto Action, you can chop twice for the flashlight and twist twice to open your camera. After you get used to the Moto Display and Moto Action, you will be wondering how much you are going to miss it. As Xiaomi Mi A1 is an Android One smartphone, it will get the latest Android update and Android security update directly from Google after Google Pixel. As for Motorola Moto G5 Plus, it have not aged well. Motorola was once committed to update their smartphone to the latest Android and Android security, but everything has changed after Lenovo acquisition. Motorola promised to update the Moto G5 Plus to Android 8.0 Oreo, but did not give a clear time frame. We can only hope Motorola will not break their promise, just like on Moto G4 Plus. If you want to get the latest Android and Android security, you are better off choosing the Xiaomi Mi A1. This year is a year for dual camera and Xiaomi followed the trend by including dual camera on Mi A1. Motorola Moto G5 Plus is still sporting single camera, and Motorola claims that it is the best mid-range camera. Motorola Moto G5 Plus camera works as marketed, while Xiaomi Mi A1 camera did not work as marketed. Motorola Moto G5 Plus is able to produce great shots during daylight, but when come to low light, you will need to spend more time to get a great shot. As for Xiaomi Mi A1, you can only produce usable photos during daylight, but when it comes to low light, you'll be disappointed with the photo it produces. Both smartphones are lacking optical image stabilizer. Both smartphones come with manual settings, but Xiaomi gone one step further by including peaking focus on Mi A1. Motorola included HDR Auto on the Moto G5 Plus, while Xiaomi did not. You will have to turn it on or off manually. As for video, both smartphones is able to shoot 720p 120 frames per second slow motion video, 1080p 30 frames per second, and 4K 30 frames per second video. Motorola Moto G5 Plus is able to shoot 1080p 60 frames per second video. Video shot with both smartphones are quite shaky, as both smartphones are lacking OIS. Xiaomi Mi A1 and Motorola Moto G5 Plus are still sporting single speaker. Motorola Moto G5 Plus single speaker is front-facing, while Xiaomi Mi A1 single speaker is bottom-firing. Both smartphone single speaker is performing mediocre. Both smartphones are still having 3.5mm headphone jack. Xiaomi included a 10V amplifier in the Mi A1, and it is performing really well. As for Motorola Moto G5 Plus, the audio quality through the 3.5mm headphone jack is just mediocre. If you want to enjoy high quality audio through the 3.5mm headphone jack, you will want to go with the Xiaomi Mi A1. Xiaomi included a 3080 mAh battery in the Mi A1, while Motorola only included a 3000 mAh battery in the Moto G5 Plus. Both smartphones is able to provide me battery life of more than 1 day. This is thanks to the 14nm manufacturing process of the Snapdragon 625. As for charging, Xiaomi Mi A1 does not support quick charge, while the Motorola Moto G5 Plus support quick charge 3.0. Xiaomi Mi A1 only support 5V 2A charging, and it requires more than 2 hours to fully charge it from 0%. With Quick Charge 3.0, you can fully recharge Motorola Moto G5 Plus with just under 1.5 hours. Choose Motorola Moto G5 Plus if you move around often, as you can get at least 35% with just 30 minutes of charging. Both Xiaomi Mi A1 and Motorola Moto G5 Plus are great smartphones from both companies. Both smartphones are sporting the great Qualcomm Snapdragon 625 with great performance. If you want fast Android update and Android security update, choose the Xiaomi Mi A1. If you want high quality audio through the 3.5mm headphone jack, choose the Xiaomi Mi A1. If you need a great smartphone camera, choose Motorola Moto G5 Plus. If you need to recharge your smartphone fast, choose Motorola Moto G5 Plus. If you want to know more about Xiaomi Mi A1 and Motorola Moto G5 Plus, you can check out the links in the description down below. That is all for this video. Thank you for watching. If you like this kind of video, remember to like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the Mr. Tech YouTube channel.